Hello everyone. On my today's episode of Meaningful Mondays with Neha, I have a very vibrant and vivacious character, Priya Prince. She is not only an actress, but she is also a wellness coach, a person who is into weight management, and you can reach out to her for any of these requirements of yours as well. So today on my show, we are going to be discussing a very sensitive topic. She is a teenager mom. She has a beautiful daughter of 19 years of age. And we thought it would be a great idea to discuss how we can bring up the teenager kids and what are the plus, minus and all of that. So without a further delays, let's just jump into the conversation. Hello Priya, thank you so much for accepting my invitation and coming on my show. I'm really thrilled to have you around.
Thank you so much for having me, Neha. It's nice to see you actually because I didn't expect that my friend's sister will be in a show host.
Yeah. Thank you so much. So let's begin the topic that we are going to be discussing about. I'm sure it's going to be very interesting for a lot of them out there. It's going to give us everybody a different perspective. And so let me just shoot out my first question to you that being a teenager mom, she has a daughter, 19 years old, and how difficult it is to bring up the teenager, and what are the challenges that you face on like a daily basis?
I think since her birth, I'm facing a lot of challenges. It's quite a task, and also it's a game again because it's just a number game according to me. When people say wealth management is a game, same thing. Understanding a teen is a game. When she turns 3, I was like clueless what to do. When she turns 5, I was also kid. So I generally, me and she always compete with each other.
Oh my God! Okay.
It took a long time for me to understand and realize that I'm a mom.
Right.
Till then, I always will have a competition with her. How come she's doing this? How she cannot respect me? How she's like. Sometimes
Right.
she teach me lessons. Like I was like, Mom, you're my mom. To whom will I ask such questions and all?
Right.
I was like, okay, fine. I'm tired. I'll just give her an answer later. So I take a lot of time. I took a lot of time, and now also I'm taking a lot of time
Right.
to understand her. And also, I'm not a parent who make the kid annoyed, or generally I'm not a person to force anything on the kid.
Right.
Because I cannot do anything on when someone is going to when my parent says do this, I won't do it.
Right. And I think
So-
teenage is a time where, kids are generally more rebellious. I mean, they tend to not listen. I mean, is that true? Because that's what I've heard of from a lot of parents.
See, it is the way how you're treating them.
All right.
In general, I've never seen parents talking to their kids and asking their permission, or they're checking whether they like or they don't like.
All right.
I think that is the biggest mistake parents are doing.
Right.
And because of that, kids will be adamant. Of course, being a parent, assume like if you're going to tell me something, do you really think I will accept immediately?
True. Very true.
It is a human nature. You should differentiate from what is right. At the end of the day, I can understand it is only the age barrier.
Yeah.
You can say you're a mom.
Right.
You can say you're a dad. But when you think in their mindset, go to their mindset.
Right.
So you were also
You have to like kind of get into their shoes and then kind of understand what they have been.
That is what the problem is rising when the kids are suffering in the schools or somewhere between the friends. Any fights are happening when the kids couldn't open up themselves to their parents.
Right.
And when anything abusive which is happening in the day-to-day life, where they couldn't open because of the parents' arrogancy. I don't blame the kids. It is
True.
because you parents, we parents will say, I don't have time for you. I cannot sit and talk to you.
Right.
I'm busy with you with some other work. Can't you see? They are also going through a lot in their life. It
Right.
is not easy. It's a kind of very fast life. We are not leading the happy life. We
Correct.
make sure we wake up, do this, do that. It's one life.
It's like
work
we're running
hard.
all the time.
Yeah. We all, but later part I started realizing, okay, life is not only education, it's
Right.
life.
A lot of other
Education the kids has to have.
Very true.
So I
Very true.
started approaching in a different thing. When I used to be very, I show all my anger moments with her. When I have a mood swings, I'll show that to her.
Right.
So those things I understood, I corrected myself. So as a mother, what I should not do,
True.
what
That
I
in fact
should do.
brings me, to my, I mean, the next point that we were discussing. I mean, that, the next question wherein how do you think this effective communication between you guys like helps you add better to, as you rightly said that, you realized it, and so now you guys talk openly, you discuss everything.
Yes, yes, I talk everything. I mean, everything. She knows like where I'm going, whether I'm going out with my friends, or she comes to know whether I'm lying. Sometimes no, we cannot say everything to
Oh,
her.
that's interesting. Generally, it's the
So
other way around.
I'll get caught
We want to know.
red-handed. Where did you
Right.
go without telling me? I was like, no, I went here, but no, I went there only. I was like, I samalichify somehow. Those are all the moments
But I think
I'm
that's the
creating
fun,
now.
exactly.
Yeah.
And I think that makes your bond even more stronger with your child. See, when you're friends to them rather than just being
No, that is
parental
also
figure.
many of the parents have the opinion on how can you be friends with your own kid. It is not
Really?
about the, no, I'm seeing parents like that.
Right.
So it is not about friendly thing. It is about like approaching them,
Up.
make
True.
them approach you in the way
Right.
because see nowadays, not only nowadays, almost all this generation, even my days, because mine is a kind of love marriage. Okay, so when you don't get proper love in your family,
Right.
if your love is right and perfect, you're okay. Your
That's
life
it.
will be fine.
Exactly.
If you're going to get into the wrong
Hands.
that's
True.
it. Done for the life.
Life. True.
So this starts within the family. It
Right.
starts from the family, okay? So when they are not going to give you shoulders or their hands, or they're not ready to talk to you, what is the problem you're facing? Or might be if at all you're into problem, you should parents should understand,
And understand.
and they should forget. They should tap.
Correct.
Okay,
But
come on,
see,
that's okay.
appreciation is required when they're doing good, but at the same time, pulling them a little back is required when they're not doing right. That's
So
actually
these are
very
all
true.
the I think these are all lacking in even now generations also, like
True, true.
these are all the things which is lacking, so that kids are the life that it is taking in a different path.
Parenting, I feel, is always was a task, but in today's generation, we as parents, it's become even more difficult and challenging because of the exposure, the kind of exposure that kids have today, which
Yeah.
we didn't have when we were kids.
But அதுவும் சொல்ல முடியாது. That time also like we had exposure, we had a different exposure.
Exposure, true.
So every time I think even when you see movies where there are things which is happening like a movie.
Right.
It's a real problem which we are facing, but we couldn't handle things properly because we don't have guidance and support.
True.
So once you have a proper mindset, if you don't have a problem, well and good. If you have a problem, seek, approach people and tell them, open up.
Talk about
Yeah.
it. Very true.
If you don't talk, for
I
sure
always
you
tell a
won't
lot
get
of people who
solutions.
come to me for counseling this, that talking is important. See, had they done the talking back home with the issues that they have with those certain people, they wouldn't be coming to me. But when they come to me, the whole point is that, but they still hesitate. But talking is the key factor.
See, nothing
True.
is wrong. I think I don't judge anyone. Even I don't judge my daughter. I'll say like that's okay, fine, no
Exactly.
problem. If you're getting a fail mark, no problem. Let's move on to the next level.
Let's look at the next step rather than crying over your spilt milk. That's superb. Brings me to my next question, and the most controversial question that I'm sure all parents out there would love to know the answer. Teenagers generally seek a lot of freedom. For them, it's all about you don't come with me, I will do it all by myself and all of that. So how do you plan or manage between, like, see, obviously as parents we'll be worried, so we would want them to be safe, but at the same time we would want them to give that freedom. So how do you manage that?
I think the question is a little opposite. I ask her to go out. You
Oh,
just go.
she's a introvert, is it?
Not introvert.
Right.
She wants to go out. I don't say no to that.
Okay.
Instead, she wants to go after the 12th exam. She got no, after the first year of her college, she got after the exam, she said she wants to go to Bangalore.
Right.
I said like, okay, chalo, when you want to go?
Ah.
She was surprised. I said like, okay, go and come. I'm not coming. You have to go. I'll book only the morning train.
Yeah.
And so you can go and come. You make sure you don't see the phone, and you just see people around. You go explore.
Right.
You will have an experience. So I'm not a mother who say no to everything. I'm a person, I say like, okay, go and come. Because if I'm scared, then she cannot lead her life.
I think that's an amazing approach, and I'm sure the parents who are listening, moms who are listening in specific, that the way she's answered it, I think it's amazing. I think just because, as she rightly said, the reaction always the kids expect that okay, it'll be a no first. So giving them that break itself, that okay, no, it's not a no, you go. And plus, as you said, it's an amazing thought that she will learn herself, that she'll get to know.
That is very important because I think yesterday I saw one reel, one girl, she's dressing up, she wore some kind of tops, crop top, and the mother voice is just the voice is being thrown.
Yeah.
கொஞ்சம் neck low-ஆ இருக்கு,
Ah.
கொஞ்சம் sleeveless-ஆ இருக்கு,
Ah.
pant short-ஆ இருக்கு, இது short-ஆ இருக்கு. The every voice she's changing her dress.
Changing
Okay, that
her
is the
dress,
reels.
right.
And later part she went into the nighty. அதுக்கு வந்து துப்பட்டா போட்டா நல்லா இருக்கும். That is actually some 23 years old னு நினைக்கிறேன் அந்த ரீல்ஸ் பண்ணது அந்த பொண்ணு. பட் ஆனா அந்த 23 years mindset of doing such reels, it's because of the parents.
Right.
Why is that girls should not dress up properly?
Dress up a certain
Why
way.
some
Right.
cleavage is seen, I can understand.
Right.
It is about a confident level
That you have to
depends
carry
upon the-
yourself.
yes.
Exactly. Very true.
If you're
Very
wearing
true.
a shorts, see, I will be comfortable on my own. Even I was brought up from an authentic family where
Right.
even my legs won't be seen. I remember such moments in my
Right.
life where the dupatta will be like proper V shape and put all the oil and proper plaits, no hair plaits and all. So I was brought up in such family, but the moment I realized my body is my choice.
Correct.
So and also how much exposure I want to show off, or
Right.
I really am comfortable with some dresses.
Correct.
I
So
carry
be
them
it.
nice way.
So be it.
I tell my daughter, I'm not stopping you. I'm telling you the opposite person is not right. You are right.
Correct.
This
Very
is what
true.
I tell my daughter.
And we don't have a control over what the other person is seeing or thinking or feeling. And all that we have to be is, as you rightly said, we have to just be careful, but we can just wear what we want to wear. It's at the end of the day our choice.
That's how I make sure independence is not blocking someone or stopping someone and always giving a reply. No, don't do this. Don't do that. Don't. Then when is that she will do?
Where?
When will I go out?
Right.
That's my age. I am 30 plus and you're just 18 plus. So when she will see taking we are in this interview, the way they are taking through the camera is
Right.
totally different. Now the camera is totally, now we are shooting in the iPhone.
Right.
But the day I entered, it was the biggest camera.
Right.
When such things can change, why not people mindset should change?
That's the whole point, na Priya, that people changing the people's mindset is like the biggest problem in the world.
Biggest problem. They parents overact, overreact.
Overreact.
I'm
yeah.
not. Even I'm against. When my parents used to, at this moment, when my parents also used to, why are you giving her so much of space? Why are you buying her? I said that's my choice. She's my daughter.
That's
I
the
know
way
what
you're
to do.
parenting her. That's
So
the
I
way you're
stop
parenting.
my parents. I say
Right.
like that's okay, fine. They of course they blame me. You're doing so much to her. Even I blame sometimes.
Right.
But then I realize okay, when she I don't want she to be
Be in a
going
shell
into
all the time.
traumatized mindset. Then she will hate me like anything.
Correct. That connection
See, I
will not
was
be there.
used to be like that. I used to hate my parents. I was like, okay, oh my god, worst parents. Every kid have that.
Right. Right.
But my daughter, even she get a proposal, she will tell me.
Right.
"Ma, he proposed." I said like, I think no. If
That's amazing. That's the kind of rapport if we can have with our kids. Kids will never go wrong. See, because you'll be updated with everything because they share with you everything. That's the kind of, I always tell, even parents who come to me for counseling, always I tell them this. If you're friends to your kids, there's nothing that they will hide from you.
See, I went
A
for a
to Z.
counseling. I went for a counseling just to understand
How to work.
No, how should I work on
exactly.
myself?
Yeah.
So
Got it.
if I'm not working on myself, how can I even give
No,
support or
that's
shoulder
true.
to others?
Exactly. That's exactly the point where we need to understand as parents that we need to change ourselves. We always think of changing our kids, but first the change has to begin with you.
Yeah.
How do you manage, the social media interaction? Because today the kids are always
There
on
is
Insta.
not much social media. Yeah, she is always there in the Insta.
Exactly. So how do you
No, I don't stop her. I just stop her from the time management because
Exactly.
if she's going to go, I tell her you don't show yourself you're alive or live after 10 p.m.
Right.
Because after 10 p.m., I don't think so. Social media is needed.
Right.
Unless until
You
if
need to have
really-
your own personal space also.
exactly. So
Everything need not be public.
so she can post anything. I'm not against
Right.
on that. Only thing is she doesn't post everything.
Right.
She has her own kind of mindset and all. Even she doesn't
That's
post
fine.
my picture with her all the time.
Oh.
She has a different kind of portraying herself. So I was like, oh, that's okay.
Right.
But interacting, you make sure you don't accept all the friend requests. Keep yourself
Safe.
private and safe.
Right.
Everything.
Right.
Even me being a public figure, I used to have some kind of comments. I have followers, but I just have organic followers.
Right.
And if any comments, I go read all the comments. If any comments kind of hurting me, I go delete it and I block it.
Right.
Because in future, if at all I'm going to see the post again, I don't want to see some rubbish comments.
Being a part of this industry, I'm sure have to be more tolerant towards all of this than a normal common person is, because they are not used to so much of hatred. No, sometimes it is so unnecessary, but this thing is your profile, you can't avoid it. That brings me to my final question, Priya, that what would be that one advice you would, it was amazing getting your perspective, the way you handle your daughter, but what would be that one advice that you would love to give all the parents out there who have teenager kids who are between this transition, to support them, emotionally and mentally, like how to go about it?
So basically, there are different kinds of parents. Single mother, living together but separate. They are separated in the
Separated,
same
yeah.
house, and single father. And also, there are like parents. One parent will be in some other state, other parent will be some
Right,
other state, and
they
the kid
live-
will be in some other state.
Correct.
Nowadays, teenagers, even my friends' my daughter's friends, they have a different kind of,
Parent profiles.
yes, profiles.
Yeah.
You can say that.
Yeah.
So in that case, I think my advice doesn't suit everyone, but if at all we parents decided that we need to have kids.
Correct. It was our decision.
Yes,
Exactly.
it's
Very
not
true.
the kid's decision to come
that he
into
wanted
this
to
world.
rest. Exactly.
So I feel sad for the teenagers now, because nowadays, if I see this morning also, I met one teenager who's second year, I think so. But he was not looking like a teenager. He was looking like totally uncle shaped. I'm surprised. Oh my God, really? Are you 19? I'm surprised.
Right.
Are you 20? I'm surprised. If
Correct.
someone says they're 13, I'm surprised, because physically, and when I say them in person, the total figure is totally
Are
different.
different. Right.
Because of the food habits, lifestyle, and
Yes.
also the pressure they are
And
undergoing.
the stress also, the kind of stress that they go through.
So
right.
what, as a parent, we give the kids, that will be transferred
that
to
will
the
reflect
kids.
in them, right?
Yes.
Very true.
So the
Yes.
positivity is lacking in all the family, and the time management is lacking in the family. There is no kind of such interaction in the family. What is this? Is she fine? Is our son is fine? Did they sleep properly? Eat properly? Do you really have this family time without mobile? Do you
Right.
really talk to each other? Is it the mom is transparent, the dad is transparent? Are they loving each other in front of their
Kids, right.
And also, be having a son or daughter, it is not about having them and saving money for them, and okay, you finish your school, okay, come on, chalo, next
Our
college and next
responsibility,
work,
right.
okay. And what is that you're transferring
To them is
it's
important,
very
right.
important.
Right.
It is not about wealth management, it is about the character.
Right.
And the kids will be different in the house, and the kids are different in outside. They are showing two faces.
True. I agree. A lot of kids, whom I've counseled, a few of them, really tell me these. It's really disheartening to know that, they say, ma'am, my father says that I'm earning for you. But ma'am, I never asked him to earn. I mean, it's such an innocent thing that they, but ma'am, all that I want is many a times just to sit with me and play a game of Ludo. That's sometimes that kids just want that. But we as parents, we only have built this in our head that we have to earn for them, we have to buy them a car, buy them a bike, blah, blah,
No,
blah.
I used to think like that. I was telling my daughter, see, I'm working hard for you. She say the same question, the same answer. Why is it you're working? Don't work, sit at home. I was like, okay, fine, I'll sit at home. Then don't ask me. Okay, I won't ask you. You tell me no when it's no. She told me, you tell me no. You this morning,
Right.
this morning she asked me to drop her in the station.
Right.
I said, no, I'm not well. Okay, fine. What is the next option?
Right.
So my no should be no when I'm not comfortable.
Comfortable.
So
True.
when the kids can say no, see, when as an adult, if I'm crying, when my daughter is a baby, she can only come and hug me and console me. She never stops me from crying.
Correct. True.
But as a parent, when the kids are crying or when they're emotionally
You have that
triggered,
control.
you will go and, why are you crying?
Right.
You're a grown up. Don't cry. How is it? Don't control their emotions.
Right.
When you can't control yours, how can you do such
Ask
things
somebody
to
else
the
to do
kids?
it. True. True.
Kids or teens, or even if they grow 25 years, if they having their traumas in the childhood, for sure their life is ruined.
Ruined. True.
So it's not about talking about teenagers, and teenagers could have babies only.
Correct.
And it is only the moral support which I'm trying to give to most of the children's, even my daughter's friends. I talk to them, all the kids, like before they used to be, they are scared of me. But I try to tell them, this is how life is.
Life is.
You have to carry like this.
Right.
Any support you reach me, I'm reachable.
Reachable.
So
That's amazing.
That's, as a parents, we should
We should.
understand. We should change for things to change. If you are not right, don't expect your kids to be
The
right.
change has to come from you first.
Yeah.
You have to be the change first to see
It is just a
Right.
simple fake it until you make
Right.
it. It is neither a family or a business.
Right.
You want to be successful in both,
Both.
then you have to do it.
Do it. True.
Because you the one took a decision. I want to get married. I need a husband. I need a child.
Child.
And
Right.
one point of time, some parents are like, oh, I don't have a child. Don't have a child. That's what I say. Are you ready? Is it your bank
Correct.
balance?
That's
is
the
good?
better way, best way to in fact
So that
deal
you
with
can
it.
spend time. It is not about
Right.
having balance in your account. It is about balancing life.
Life. Very true. That's a very nice thought that she's given, that it's not about having that bank balance but balancing your life. Thank you so much, Priya. It was
Thank you so much.
amazing having you, and the conversation was just superb. I'm sure a lot of parents out there will look at this, hear to this, and have a perspective. And I hope even, if 1% of them are able to change because of this conversation, I think it is worth doing this effort.
Of course, they have to change. It is number. We cannot even talk about the possibility.
Right.
As let's not predict. Let's
Yeah,
do
just
it.
hope that, okay, they do.
After a wonderful interview with Neha, I think probably you people would have come to conclusion that Neha is a very good, she can counsel people, and also she can give solutions. If at all you're facing a lot of problems in your life, and also you really need a right path, and to take a right decision, you can reach Neha for your better future and the best life. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Priya. I'm sure all of you would have loved the show. I had a great time talking to her. Her whole way, the way she perceives it, her perspective, the way she is with her daughter, and the entire relationship. I'm sure all of it must have struck that one chord in all of you, so that now you think that, how we should be actually bringing up our kids. Please let me know in the comment section how you liked it and what more you would like to see. Do subscribe to my channel for further updates like these and further episodes on Meaningful Mondays with Neha. Until then, it's me, Neha, saying bye.